Alright, so now we're going to talk about Suikoden 2. Oh, 1 second, I gotta sneeze. Oh, I hate allergies. Anyways, we're going to talk about Suikoden 2. With best friends, let me find a picture of them. Actually, this is that one. Yeah, because it's got the main Emmett. Make me tiny. Put me over here. Alright, so these are the main characters of 2. On the front is Ryu, who's the character you play. This is Joey, his best friend. This is Namine, I think that's how her name is pronounced. Ryu's sister. This is Victor, who is a good guy on your side, and this is Flick. So those are all the main people that are good. Now then, I wonder if I can pull up. Alright, so those are the good guys. Let's see the main bad guy. His name is Luca. Luca Bright. This is him. He is a bad guy. And there are many reasons why he's a bad guy. But he's a bad guy. Now, he is the stereotypical I want the destruction of the world kind of thing. And, so, he's a bad guy. Plain and simple. He wants everyone to die. He wants to show everybody that his nation is more powerful and they don't need no peace treaty and blah, 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 blah. Whatever. He can probably go die in a fire. He's the character that you hate. Hate in the game. So, you start the game and, you and Joey is of the higher class. He is an aristocrat. You were trained by, like, this amazing, karate person, I guess. We call him Grandpa Genku. He was evidently great at fighting, and he participated in a war. But anyways, he trained you and Namine, your sister, and so you're kind of up there. And you're in an army, yet again. So, you and Joe are in this unit, and this unit gets attacked. It has a surprise attack on it. Not really. You find out, that it's Luca Bright and the general of the army doing this. And they try to kill you, but you two escape. You get captured by the army that you were trying to join with. Yeah, state. They call them the State Empire. That's right. So you get captured by them, and you're like, okay, but they're kind of nice. Like, Victor's kind of nice, and so is Flick. And you're like, alright. So you have this little cell room, and you do these little chores, and they're nice to feed you. It's all good. Joey tries to rescue him and fails. So he gets thrown in jail. And again, some days pass and stuff, and you're kind of like, alright. Well, you end up going back home because you do end up breaking out. Well, then you almost get executed for treason. And you run away with your sister and him. Back to the state army. So you're kind of like, well, damn. So that is essentially the start of you starting in this new state army and, trying to stop the Highland government from bashing people to the ground. So, and as you go through the game, Joey, early on, I would consider it early on, it's about a third of the way through the game, you meet the main leader of the army. Should pretty cool. Annabelle, Joey kills her. And you are utterly betrayed by your best friend. And, you know, when you see it from his point of view, it's not so much he betrays you utterly. Like, he doesn't like Luca Bright at all. You can tell that. But he does this to, A, try to regain his honor. Like, his family disowns him completely. And he ends up marrying, God, what's her name? That's horrible. 1 second. I can't remember her name. Julia Blight. He ends up marrying her. Now, she is Luca Bright's sister. He ends up marrying her to try and rein in Luca. Like, he doesn't like Luca. He doesn't like what Luca's doing. And, you know, he goes about his own way. Pretty much, you could say, about infiltrating the army. And you end up fighting him throughout the game. And again, in the end, there's a duel with him. And you can spare him. And if you do, you get this great ending with him, and your sister, and this little girl named Pilka. And it's great. But, like, this game starts off hating Luca. And it keeps that premise. It shows you that Luca is a horrible, horrible man. The general's not so much. But Luca is. Luca wants to just kill everything, it seems. So, again, you're like, Arr. And, again, there are the 108 stars of destiny that you want to get. Because, you know, you want good endings. You can probably get bad endings in the game. I know one of the normal endings is, you know, you killed Joey. You know, and that's sad. Because, you know, he's your best friend. And so, you know, he makes you want to do more. And before he betrays you, you and Joey both get a short rune. You get the bright shield, he gets the black sword. And I think that speaks volumes. You get the bright shield, meaning hope, light. Joey, who's like in despair about being disowned by his family and by the state of the country, gets the black sword rune. You know, that kind of speaks volumes. You know, he's falling into this dark pit. And I think that speaks volumes if you think about it that way. About, you know, wow. The graphics are improved from one. Recurring characters like Victor and Flick are in the first game and you see them again. So, you know, it's kind of like, yay, I get to see these dudes that I already know. So, you know, there's that. But, I mean, it's just, the story resonates so well, you know. And the war battles, they changed up. You actually have, like, it's kind of like Fire Emblem. You can move these little units, and you can attack other units, but you gotta make sure your unit, say you have an archer unit, it's like archers and warriors and magic people, and, you know, you gotta, they tell you, you know, in the first battle of the game, which beats which. It's kind of like a little triangle thingy, which beats which. And so you try and balance that out. And so you're like, alright, I'm going to go and do this. And so, you know, war battles are much more intense. You know, they take more planning, more time. And certain characters, if they die in a war battle, they're permanently dead. Gone. For good. And so, you know, you look up and you're like, alright, which characters are permanently dead if they die in this war battle? You know, you don't want your characters to die because you want to have all 108 stars of destiny. Certain things you can't do if this character dies, and you're like, ah. So it makes you invest more and more time into the game. Again, you're gonna need a guide to get all the characters, and then there's Clint's event to get another character, and you have to do it in like 2 hours. 2 hours of this game. You have to get all this shit done to get this other character, or you completely miss them. Plain and simple. And it's kind of like, I'm currently really playing through 2 right now, but I do like 2. 2 is a big improvement over 1. They do change the money system. It's originally bits in 1, and 2 they changed it over to potch, and that is what it is in all the other games. It is potch. There's, improved graphics, music's beautiful, everything is just great about the game, and, you get invested in the characters once again, and, it still makes you, you still kind of feel, am I doing the right thing? Yes, Luca Blight is bad, but you could easily, like in the first game, you could infiltrate, kill Luca, problem solved. Or you can go through this war route and do this, and you're like, I don't know how I feel about this. But you know that Luca's bad, and you know you have to stop him. And it's invested in you, because it's shown over and over again. Him killing innocent people, him burning towns. Actually, I think one of his captains or something, leaves him, because they are so upset and disgusted about the way he is, and what he does. So they leave him, and they join you. That right there speaks volumes about Luca's character. And, I think Konami hit it home when they were saying, this is a bad guy. This is a bad guy. And I think it works. I think it works beautifully. I think the whole game works beautifully. And it's a good game. It is an improvement over 1. A lot of stuff gets improved. It looks more beautiful. Sounds better. Just overall feels better. You can tell they really, really tried to hit home this improvement. And I'm thankful for it, And it's beautiful. And it was a PS1 game, and it's beautifully done. So again, I would give this, good 9 out of 10. It's gonna take a lot for a game to get a 10 out of 10 on me, just because it would have to blow my mind, and story and graphics and music and characters. It would just have to blow my mind. And Suikoden kind of blows your mind because it makes you think, and that's why it, in my opinion, it deserves such a high, rating. And if more people would play it and actually think, they would realize that, the world is not black and white. There are still so many people in this world today that think in black and white terms. And I think if you would sit them down and make them play this series, they would learn that world's not black and white. And then you could say, does any of that stuff in the game world resonate with this world? If you look at history, and if they say yes, you'll say, the world is not black and white. You can teach people so many things with this series, and I just wish more people would play it. I'm sorry about the little last rant, but anyways, I'm gonna stop this one here. See you in the next video.